Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, as you can see, I have another Skechers for a review, and these are the Skechers hiking boots with a weird name yet again. Segment-Garnet. Yes. So, overall, absolutely freaking awesome boot. I mean, I've been doing Skechers this past week, I don't know why, but they have been great so far. And these boots, absolutely no exception to that. Currently $67 on Amazon. The link is in the description below. I think it is a fantastic price for the amount of comfort that they provide, for the outsole, and really everything else. I do have a few complaints, but you will have to stick around to find them. So, if you are ready for the review, let's get into it. Some of you already know this review is not your average boot review. This review is specifically for my ultimate survival boots section. Basically, if these you were wearing these boots or they were sitting in your house and something bad happened, I don't know, imagine your favorite president cheated out of the election, and yeah, you had to leave the house and you had to run and you had to fight and you had to climb and do whatever is necessary to survive, right? I mean, 2020, 2021, they have been 2021 has been crazy so far. I mean, we all waited for 2020 to get over, but yeah, so I'm sure you have a lot of survival situations in mind that you can apply. And these are the boots that you were wearing. Would you be good in these boots? Would they help you survive? Well, how do we make the judgment? We'll make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, of course, one of the more important ones, comfort level. And like I said in the beginning, I think these are fantastic whenever it comes to the comfort. And how I test the comfort level of the boots, I do a 3-mile run, 5-mile walk, no stopping in between, one right after the other, and then I wear the boots for the rest of the day, total 7 to 8 hours of wear time. Freaking awesome boots, and there are a few factors that contribute to the comfort level. The first one, of course, the weight. And this is size 10, and let's see how heavy or light they are. 15.8. Extremely impressive. Great job, Skechers. Wow, seriously, great job, Skechers. Now, in order to kind of give you the reference whenever it comes to, the weight, whenever it comes to your hiking boots or whatever kind of boots, if you want them to feel lightweight on your feet, you want something under 20 ounce, right? A little bit over 20 ounce, no big deal, but the more over 20 ounce you go, the heavier, the more you feel them on your feet. The more under 20 ounce, obviously the less. And this is well under 20 ounce. Great job, Skechers. Very impressive. 15, wow, great job. Now, there are a few other factors that contribute to the comfort level. Another one, of course, would be the inner sole. And here we have the famous air-cooled memory foam from Skechers. Unfortunately, this one is not removable, but I will try to show you, as I don't know why Skechers, some of the boots, they just make a non-removable inner sole. But besides being a nice memory foam, which I do like a lot, it feels really good and comfortable, this is actually very nicely shaped as well. It has a pretty good arch support, and the memory foam goes throughout the whole boot. Really good, very comfortable. Of course, you do have the padding on the tongue, some padding in the shaft, and because the leather here is so soft in the toe box, it is very soft and comfortable on the inside as well. Plus, you do have some padding going on the inside of the toe box as well, which is honestly kind of surprising considering that these are, Skechers. They're not really very popular among, anything more than serious type of hikers, right? Anything more than amateur type of hikers. And considering that these are only $70 currently on Amazon. Implemented that, pretty good job, Skechers. Now, of course, you do have the flexibility of the bottom sole. That definitely contributes to the comfort level as well, and here, as you can see, it's very flexible. So on the comfort level, I have to say, wow, I'm really, really impressed. I'm really impressed with these boots. But let's move on to the criterion number 2, which is the proofing and protection. Now, these boots, they are not waterproof. You probably already noticed the tongue is not gusseted in any way at all. Not really a huge deal. I mean, honestly, considering the size of the shaft, which is about 6 inches. I think Skechers could have implemented some waterproofing. That would have been nice. At least 4.5 inches, maybe even 5 inches of waterproofing with a gusseted tongue. Considering that this is leather, you already have some waterproof qualities of the leather. Would have been nice, but they didn't. They decided not to. Again, not a huge deal breaker for me, especially, but I know it's going to be a lot of for a lot of people the deal breaker because they are not waterproof. Protection wise, there isn't really much to speak about here as well. The toe is not reinforced in any way. It's very soft, so if you drop something on your toe, well, too bad. And then the shaft, of course, is just a padding, really not much of the protection. It does cover your ankles, but not by much. And the heel is actually nicely reinforced with this extra piece of layer right here. I think these would have been a much bigger success if Skechers implemented this same kind of reinforcement that they did in the back, somewhere here on the front, just a little bit like this. And the waterproofing. That's it. Would have been a hit. Maybe even a little bit more of the shaft, just to give you better protection for your ankles. But let's move on to the criterion number 3, quality and the design features. Quality-wise, Skechers, they're very, very popular on Amazon. Just these boots, for example, if you click on the link in the description below for the Amazon for these boots, more than 1,800 reviews. I mean, holy cow, 1,800 reviews and almost 5 stars. So people love these boots. And I see why. They're super comfortable, very lightweight, price is very acceptable. So Skechers is, I mean, they're just killing it. Now, design features here, usually I talk about the lacing system. Nothing too crazy over here. We have 6 pairs of closed, really, loops, just the holes, nothing much. I kind of wish that Skechers implemented some open hooks at the top here. Would have been better for hiking. Not a big deal, not a deal breaker for me. But what the open hooks basically allow you to have is if you want to release the tension quickly while you're hiking, that's, and they make it easier to put the boots on and take them off. But still, not a big deal, and overall, I think this is a very good lacing system. Let's move on now to the criterion number 4, the outsole, traction and stability. And this is probably one of my bigger complaints with these boots, one of the bigger problems. Whenever I do the testing of all the boots, whenever I do the run and walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces. I start with older asphalt, then the newer tarmac, then I go into the sand, dry sand, wet sand, some rocky roads, some trail surfaces, dry grass, wet grass, and then finishing up on some marble and tile, so flat shiny surfaces. Now, as you can see, this outsole runs very, very flat, and what that means is that because you don't have that aggression that you need, they are very slippery on surfaces like wet grass. Very, very slippery on surfaces like wet grass. Keep that in mind. They're not that bad on flat, shiny surfaces, surprisingly, because it's not advertised as a slip or oil resistant, but if you notice, the outsole, it does have the qualities that would make it pretty good as a slip resistant, oil resistant type of boot. So I wish there was a little bit more aggression, because that's just more appropriate for hiking situations, to have a little bit more aggression. Everything else, though, they do handle pretty good. Sandy surfaces, no problems. The only really seriously major things I would not recommend these boots would be wet grass, something really kind of slippery like that, like wet grass, mix of, trail surface, wet trail surface, and of course ice. They would be extremely slippery on ice. But let's move on to the criteria number 5 now, since I mentioned ice, the temperature. I would definitely not recommend these boots for anything cold, any kind of cold temperatures. These are not winter boots. They don't have any insulation. They don't have waterproofing. They don't have ice appropriate outsole. So no, definitely no, not a winter boot. But other 3 seasons, pretty good option, as long as if it's a summer rain and you don't mind getting wet feet, which I don't honestly, because, well, I guess in the boots you kind of do mind getting wet. If you're wearing hiking shoes, then yes, you already kind of expect to get wet, right? Because you don't really have anything. But if you're wearing a boots, you kind of do expect a little bit. So I really do wish that Skechers implemented waterproofing here. But anyway, temperature-wise, definitely good whenever it comes to hot temperatures. Very breathable. I guess the lack of waterproofing made this very, very breathable because they're so lightweight. Definitely good for the warm weather, but don't even think about the cold weather. Not good. Let's move on to the criteria number 6 now, the sizing. These are definitely true to the size. I always recommend whenever it comes to boots getting at least half a size bigger than your normal shoe size, just to have a little bit of extra space. But here you wouldn't even need to worry about it that much because it is really soft. I mean, it's really, really soft, so you wouldn't even need to worry about getting fatigued from your toe touching the front of the toe box. Let's move on to the criteria number 7 now, the balance of application. So if these boots really were your ultimate survival boots, would they be good for your survival? Alright, so if you prefer lightness over protection, and if your survival situation does not involve any kind of slippery surface like wet grass and stuff, and any kind of cold weather, and any kind of ice, overall I think that is a pretty good option. Really pretty good option. I mean, they're nicely built, they are very, very comfortable, definitely lightweight, feel great on your feet. Pretty good. I think it's a pretty good option. Now, what makes it even better option is the criteria number 8, which is the price. And like I said, the price is currently $67.96 on Amazon. The link is in the description below. Sometimes Skechers have some outrageous coupons for their products, like almost up to $20 discounts. So hey, if you are not planning to buy them now, you can click the link in the description below and add it to your list, and that way you will be alerted if the price drops or if there are any kind of coupons. Because I mean, 67, honestly, it's already fantastic price for a boot like that is 100% leather, lightweight and comfortable. But if you can save some more, hell, that's a better deal. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think about this boot. What do you think about this review? If you have any requests, you can drop them in the comments below as well. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Firearms of America. I'll see you guys in the next video.